If you've been using Linux Mint for a while, you've probably seen people talk about PPAs. Maybe while installing a browser, a video editor, or some newer software version. A PPA stands for Personal Package Archive. Think of it as an extra software source that you can connect to your Linux Mint system. Once added, your computer can download and install software from that source just like it does from the normal Linux Mint repositories. This is especially useful when you want newer versions of applications or software that isn't available in the default repositories. And the good news is, Linux Mint 22.3 makes this process very simple. Let's go through it step by step. First, open the terminal. You can launch it from the menu or press Ctrl, Alt, and T together. Now let's use a real example. Suppose we want to install the latest version of OBS Studio using its official PPA. To add a PPA, Linux Mint uses a very simple command format. You type the command, then the name of the repository. After pressing Enter, the system may ask for your password. Type it carefully and continue. Linux Mint will contact the repository server and add it to your system. At this point, the repository is connected, but your system still doesn't know what software is available inside it. So, the next step is updating the package list. This refreshes all repository information and downloads the latest package details from the internet. Once the update finishes, you can install the application normally using the install command. And that's basically the whole process. Add the repository, update the package list, then install the software. Now here's something important. Not every random PPA on the internet should be trusted. A repository has access to provide software updates directly to your system, so always try to use official PPAs from trusted developers or well-known projects. If software already exists in Linux Mint Software Manager, especially as a Flatpak package, that's usually the safer and easier option for beginners. PPAs are best used when you specifically need newer software versions or applications unavailable in the default repositories. Now, let's say later you decide you don't need a repository anymore. Linux Mint also allows you to remove it very easily. You simply use the Remove option with the same repository name. After removing it, run the Update command again so your system refreshes the software sources list. And the repository is completely gone. There's also a graphical method if you don't like using the terminal. Open the menu and search for Software Sources. Inside that tool, you'll find a dedicated PPA section where you can add, disable, or remove repositories visually. That method is beginner-friendly and works perfectly fine. But honestly, learning the terminal method is useful because many Linux tutorials online use these commands. Once you understand PPAs, installing software on Linux Mint becomes much easier, and you'll have access to many newer applications long before they appear in the default repositories. And that's why learning this small skill is actually a big step forward for any Linux Mint user.